Good morning, America, live from One City Center Plaza here in fun and sun, Portland, Maine. This is Frank Margel. Oh, we got the One City Center Plaza clock working just fine today. It's a gorgeous Maine day out here in the public domain. It is nice to be with you today. You'll find my freelance video at Frank Margel at youtube.com. I also post on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Go ahead and send me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. This is a freelance video, and it's also a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. I'm not affiliated with the businesses or enterprises or practices that you will see in the video today. Once again, I'm a freelancer, and if I strike a chord with you, go ahead and send me a comment. I would love to hear from you. It is a gorgeous Maine day here in the big city of Portland, Maine. Well, there's a Old Glory up there, and we have a couple more flag station. One of them looks like the Maine state flag, and there's another one behind it. You see that? Go ahead and take a minute and pledge with me if you like. And we'll remember all those who serve our communities across America. The great banner of freedom right there. Go ahead and pledge with me if you like. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, we got a little bit of a breeze blowing here today. Nothing too worrisome. It's a slight breeze, but we have that cool autumn air. It's very breathable today. There's no particulates in the air. It's about 65 degrees in the sun, and it's much cooler in the shade, especially with that oceanside breeze we got. Well, what on earth am I doing down here in the big city of Portland, Maine? We're now looking at Monument Square. I'll show you the sights and sounds of our thriving city, and get to a little bit of commentary regarding some of the issues that Portlanders, residents of Maine, are dealing with. I'm not affiliated with this business here, but you can see that there's some signage here, and I find it quite amusing. No free parking anytime. So isn't that something? And I suppose if you did want to park, here's another sign over here. The One City Center parking garage. Well, you can't park there unless you have a credit card. Well, that's business. So let's talk a little bit of business from a freelancer and a streetwalker here in the big city of Portland, Maine. There's Monument Square. Let's walk up to the Portland Regional Chamber. So what's the topic today regarding business? Well, the last couple weeks or so I've been out and about in Portland, showing you some of the businesses from the public domain and the street view. And there's this referendum, citizen referendum, that has been discussed, along with mandatory minimum wage. That's right. Portland is going to be phased in to a 10-10 minimum wage here in January. Go ahead and check your facts. It's a freelance video. Always check your facts and do some of your own homework. It's not that difficult. There is plenty of information on this issue. However, I've been out in the city streets, and I was suggesting that a lot of businesses in Portland weren't really in opposition to this fast-moving citizen referendum. But now some folks have got out, business owners, and there may be some citizens that are also recognizing what a risky proposition it will be to just go ahead and rule by referendum and raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour by citizen referendum. So there are business owners that have come out in Portland. It's in the press. Go ahead and check your facts. But they are coming out, and one of the primary associations or business leaders in Portland, Maine is the Portland Regional Chamber. And they've made it quite clear that they and some of their associates are willing to spend, and this is a rumor mill, so check your facts, up to $100,000 to oppose the citizens referendum. The issue here is, should a city rule by referendum and demand that businesses pay them whatever they declare is fair and AJ square? It didn't used to be that way in Portland. That's my humble opinion. There was a time in Portland where you could get a job if you were able-bodied. A business owner would have you fill out an application, give you a week or two of work, or see if you showed up to work on time. And minimum wage was never such a big issue in the big city of Portland, Maine, but it has come to that. And the crying shame here, in my humble opinion, is that how is Portland going to regulate such a tax and spend and employment practice issue? How are they going, once somebody crosses the Portland line, are they going to have to register their employees? What if employees or a business is not, located in Portland, but they're coming here to work? Are they exempt? Who's going to be exempt? Another question is the city of Portland itself exempt from paying these wages? So there was a lot to consider here. There's a lot of dynamics. But there was a time in Portland where citizens and business owners and the community were not so stressed, and they weren't so pressed, and they weren't so divided. But now it's division. So some of these business owners have come out in opposition. They're willing to spend some money and get the word out. Are they in time? Were they late on this? That's another issue. Will there be enough caring and concerning residents in Portland to side with business? We are now in division, and it's continuing, and it's another example of tax and spend policies, progressiveness, and giving power to the government to rule. And if the government doesn't rule, well then just file another referendum. So what do you think? Have you ever been a business owner or done business in Portland? Have you ever worked in Portland where the environment was so much better and you were actually paid according to the quality of your work? Wasn't a more dignified way of making it in the big city of Portland, Maine? So with out of control rent, so many expenses, there's so many tax and spend policies in this city right now. It is an anti-business climate. That referendum is just another example of it, and it's only going to get worse because, in my humble opinion, I don't want to give you the doomsday analysis here, but after this referendum passes, there'll be more. It's just going to continue. And what to do? What is this city going to do to come together and pull together and grow the city of Portland, Maine? I don't know. Maybe you have a comment. So go ahead and send me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Live from the big city of Portland, Maine. $15 an hour. Mandatory minimum wage. What resident would say, oh, I'm going to vote in favor of the business opposition to that? I'm going to go with the Chamber of Commerce. That's not fair to business owners. So once again, do you think the residents of Portland are going to vote in favor of keeping the wages at $10.10 an hour when they become mandatory in January? What an interesting facet, what a dynamic. It's all due to division and opposition and people demanding that somebody pay them perhaps more than they're worth. I don't know if $15 an hour is going to cut it if you try to rent here. Honestly, that's my humble opinion. I think you need to make more like $45 an hour. But that referendum will be forthcoming, I'm sure. So you have a great Maine day. We're at Chestnut Street here now. The corner of Chestnut Street and Conger Street. It's a gorgeous, spectacular Maine day. I want to take a look at the City Hall before we go. Please send me a noteworthy comment. This is a freelance commentary, so do some homework or don't do some homework. What do you think? What do you think? What do you feel? What do you know? Is it fair? You know, we have a fair city here. Is it fair to demand business pay everybody and his brother and sister in this city $15 an hour? How are they going to regulate that? Boy, we are talking about growing government and government controls. That's what we're really looking at. What a dynamic. Go ahead and send me a comment and keep me posted. I'll keep you posted. This is Frank Margel on a gorgeous autumn day here in the big city of Portland, Maine. October 8th, Thinking Thursday. Mandatory minimum wage. It's going to be in the news long after November, I'm sure. Go ahead and send me some comments. Appreciate it. Take care and have a great Maine day. This is Frank out.